Hi everyone, today we're going to be talking about check-ins. Check-ins are an awesome opportunity for you to connect with students on a regular basis and talk about different topics and issues that are going on during those times of the year. I'm here with Tiara, wave hello, and Mackenzie. So we're going to be giving you an example of what one of these check-ins will look like and talking to you about some of the different aspects of it. So without further ado.
Hey Tiara, how's it going?
I'm good. How about you?
Pretty good. You mind if I come in and chat with you for a
Yeah,
sec?
of course.
So tell me about your day. Anything fun happen?
Yeah, I went to a couple classes and met up with some friends for lunch. So yeah, it was a good time. They had some good stuff at the dining hall. So it was
Oh,
really
cool.
good.
It's always a good day when you have some good food, right?
Yeah, right.
Cool. So have you seen any of the flyers for Career Fair?
I've seen them around. I haven't really paid much attention to it though. So can you tell me anything about it?
Yeah, it's this really awesome event where there's a bunch of employers and they're just going to be there talking to students, and it could turn into an internship or even a career. Is that something that excites you?
Yeah, I am looking for a summer internship. So that'd be awesome.
Cool. Have you thought about making a resume, or do you have a resume?
I have a resume. I just need to update it. So yeah.
Okay. Do you know anyone on campus who could help you?
I have a professor that I'm pretty close with, so maybe I ask him to check it out.
Sure. There's also the career services on campus, so don't be afraid to use those, okay?
Yeah, that's good to know.
Cool. And we'll cut to Sean.
Awesome. So as you'll notice, Mackenzie came in and kept the conversation really natural, asked about how things were, kind of showed interest in the food aspect. These conversations are not something that have to be real locked in and real rigid. And in fact, we don't want you to do that. And that's, what check-ins are all about, is to help you really feel comfortable talking to your students and really prompting you to check in with your students from time to time. Hence why they're called check-ins. And so something you'll notice is that Mackenzie jumped into these questions, and you honestly wouldn't even know that she had gotten these questions ahead of time. For your purposes, when you're doing these, you'll be looking at these about 2 weeks in advance. Which will give you a chance to look and memorize some of these questions so that you won't bring the list with you, because it really helps the conversation to feel a lot more fluid, and especially if you run into students kind of in passing, it allows you to have much easier conversations. The other good things Mackenzie did when Tiara kind of showed interest in a different side question and kind of like a subpart underneath the overall topic of career fair, Mackenzie kind of went with that. Mackenzie also picked and chose different questions underneath the main question to help kind of guide the conversation in a really fluid way. So I will kick it back over to them and they'll show you the next part.
I'm really excited that you're excited for Career Fair, but outside of work, who do you want to be?
That's a tough question.
It's kind of weird. Let me reword that for you. What do you want other people to say and think about you?
I think I will want people to say that I'm hardworking and nice and someone that they can count on.
Yeah, so you have a lot of integrity.
Oh, well, thanks.
Yeah, of course. Well, I'm really happy to hear that. It sounds like you're getting ready for Career Fair and things are going well.
Yeah.
If you need me, I'm down the hallway, and don't be afraid to stop by, okay?
All right, sounds good.
Back to Sean.
Awesome. So this is a really good example of sometimes you'll ask questions, or as you're reviewing this ahead of time, you'll see questions that just don't really feel natural to how you'd have a conversation with the residents normally. It's totally fine to rephrase these, reword them slightly, and just really kind of fit them into a conversation where they feel most natural with your students. If you're going to be making any large changes, it's not just moving different words around within the sentence. You're going to want to talk to your supervisor ahead of time to make sure that it still gets at the same point. But, especially if your residents kind of like, that sounded weird, rephrasing is the best way to go about kind of, fixing that and adjusting to make sure the conversation stays light and stays easy. This is obviously a very accelerated conversation because we don't want to have you watch, a 15, 20-minute video on this. But, these are just some really good examples of different things to include and to be aware of as you're having your own conversations. So we'll have the next part will kind of show you the next step in a check-in. It will have a piece about you going in and ranking your student and where they fall on a rubric based on their responses to your questions.